Hello everybody, welcome to Quarantine Cooking, episode Baba Ganoush. The foundation of good Baba Ganoush is well-cooked eggplant. And really good garlic, salt, lemon, all the components are important, but I'm going to show you how to perfectly barbecue your eggplant. You can also broil it, or if you have gas flames on your burners, then just you can barbecue it right on the flame. But I find that especially charcoal, that gives the really smoky flavor that's perfect. But barbecuing eggplant for Baba Ganoush is going to give you the perfect texture. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just making holes with a little barbecue skewer. You can also use a paring knife or a fork. But this way, I speak from experience, you won't get blasted by eggplants exploding. So just have your grill on its highest heat and leave these till they're completely charred on the side that's on the grill. Ooh. You can see why you make the pokes in your eggplant, because you need that steam to release. Looks pretty good. You want it to be really dark and almost crispy where you're barbecuing it. These are big eggplants, so if they're smaller, you won't need as much time, but this took about 15-20 minutes on the first side. And then you just want to continue rotating until each side has that nice crispy black part, because the inside is like a savory custard. Now that is perfect eggplant. So our eggplant is perfectly done, just collapsing on itself with tenderness, and it's cooled. And we just need to peel it, but first I want to add half a cup of lemon juice to my food processor and 6 cloves of garlic. And I like to add the lemon juice and garlic together first because it's going to help. Hey, where's the lid to my food processor? That's always important. Okay, so you want to put the lemon juice and garlic together because it's going to help mellow the garlic a little bit. And just process that up, and we're going to let it sit for about 10 minutes, which is when we'll peel our eggplant. And just process that up till your garlic is in nice little chunks. And if you took a lemon juice garlic bath, then maybe just towel off a little bit. The hazards of wearing fine evening wear in the kitchen. And then you can go ahead and, if you're sensitive to really acidic foods, I recommend wearing gloves when you peel eggplant because they do tend to be fairly acidic, especially after they're cooked. So just for preserving your skin, but otherwise, just get in there. Done peeling, and you can see how important it is to really get a char on the outside of the skin of your eggplant, because that just helps it peel so nicely and you don't lose very much of the skin, or very much of the flesh. If you do find that some of the flesh is still on your skin, you can always take your knife and really gently kind of drag it across and get, depending on how fastidious you are about not losing any of those savory flesh bits. A good thing about the gloves as well is that the stems of eggplants are spiny, and you don't get pricked at all if you wear gloves. you're really looking for, you can tell that your flesh is cooked perfectly because there'll be translucent bits. It'll just be dark brown. You can smell, it smells caramely. And then if you are lucky enough to have a charcoal grill, then you throw these babies on right on the coals and you're gonna get that smokiness. It's amazing. But if you have a gas grill or if you broiled your eggplant, which is also wonderful, then you can always add either smoked salt or a little bit of liquid smoke like we're gonna do. All right, that looks good. It feels therapeutic. And I think our garlic is mellowed, so we're gonna finish this up. Set your eggplant aside. And in your food processor or blender, add 1/2 cup of tahini. And unlike my hummus, I actually like a little texture to my Baba Ganoush. So you don't throw all your eggplant in there at once. You want to reserve a little bit out after you get all of the salt levels and everything just right. And then 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 1/2 teaspoon of white pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of raw sugar. I like putting the sugar in especially when I use more mature eggplant because sometimes when your eggplants have a lot of seeds, they can tend to be just a little bit bitter. So just the hint of sugar will help neutralize any bitterness. 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of pomegranate molasses. And pomegranate molasses is just so lovely because it's just really tart but also has like a caramely sweetness from, it's just very reduced pomegranate juice, or depending, it can be reduced pomegranate juice and a little bit of sugar added. It's just, it's really good just with club soda. And I have a teaspoon of liquid smoke, 1/4 cup of dried mint, or 2 tablespoons to 1/4 cup depending on how minty you like it. And then just blend this up. And after you put your tahini in and all of your other lovely ingredients, just make sure you let it process for, almost up to about 5 minutes, because you really want to whip that tahini and get all of the flavors mingled perfectly. We're looking for a consistency of pancake batter, which that looks pretty good. I'm going to blend it just a little longer. And go ahead and add all but about 1/4 cup of your eggplant flesh. You want that juice in there that's pouring off when you are peeling your eggplant. It's all flavor. So no need to drain off and discard a flavor. We'll just save that little bit to make sure we have enough texture. Give it a taste. Remember, we have a little bit of eggplant, so if it seems maybe just a hair bit salty, it's going to be perfect when we add the rest. Lovely little bit of the mint in there. I love that herbaceousness with the tartness from the lemon, a little bit of the sweetness and kind of umami from the from the pomegranate molasses. And then I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of vegan yogurt. If you use a labneh, which is strained yogurt cheese, that would be a more traditional addition to Baba Ganoush, or Greek yogurt. Or if you don't want to add any of those, I recommend another 2 tablespoons of tahini, because this is just going to add one more layer of creaminess. That, the last bit of our eggplant. And I'm gonna put a pinch more salt. About a half teaspoon. Beautiful texture. Thickness, but yet creamy and soft. One more taste. I love leaving a little bit of that eggplant pulp intact because it's so melt in your mouth. It's not any kind of like chunky bits or anything like that. It's just different kinds of creamy. Right, and I have a beautiful serving dish here. We'll just spoon some of this out. And unfortunately, it's not really pomegranate season right now, so that would be a very common topping for Baba Ganoush. And it's so beautiful, and they look like jewels if you put the pomegranate seeds on, and that little bit of tart sweetness goes really well with this flavor profile. But, of course, we're gonna make it beautiful. We have some toasted pine nuts, and that'll just kind of play up that real deep barbecue and earthy flavor. A little bit of smokiness. And I have some fresh mint. Just do one there, and then slices. I love Baba Ganoush on sandwiches. You grill portobello mushrooms, which I feel like I've worked that into a lot of my cooking videos, how much I love grilled portobellos. So maybe I'll have to do that in the future. But that in a sandwich with Baba Ganoush is heavenly. Right, there's our beautiful, delicious, smoky, creamy Baba Ganoush.